and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Teresa and I am documenting my knitting journey this year on YouTube. This week I'm actually back with a seasonal knitting pattern video. Winter has started and it's very cold and I wanted to look for some inspiration for stuff to make this winter. I found 10 cool patterns that I would like to make and that I think are very cool, and I will share them with you in this video. Yeah, so let's just start right away. The first one is actually one of the most beautiful patterns I have seen in a while. It is the Porcelain sweater by leknit, and it reminds me a bit of the Chinese porcelain that I saw a lot in vintage shops. They had like plates, teapots and cups. And now they have a sweater inspired by that. So I thought it looked very cool. It is worked top down, so that's my favorite way of working my knits. And there is some color work on it to create the porcelain effect. There are 3 bands on the sweater itself, and then there are 2 bands on the sleeves each to work the color work on. It is a very cool pattern, and I think it will be very nice to get the sweater on the needles this winter. The recommended needle size for this sweater is 3 and 4 millimeter needles. So it will be a long project, but it's fine. I feel like in the winter we stay at home a lot more than in summer, so there's enough time to knit and work on this. Then number 2 is a very cool sweater called the Turenne sweater by Mille strikker. And it is a striped sweater. It has a lot of structure and a lot of techniques used. And they say it is inspired by a weekend to Paris. It looks very cool. I feel like it also looks a bit like the sweater number 18, I'm not sure. I will put a picture here from my favorite things, knitwear, but hers don't have colored stripes in it. I feel like if you don't really like the stripes, but you do like the pattern, there's also like a similar pattern that you could make without the stripes by my favorite things, knitwear. So yeah, it's up to you, but I do like the version with stripes a little bit more. The sweater itself, it is worked top down, and the recommended needle size is 3 and 4 millimeter needles. So same as the first pattern. It won't knit up that fast, but yeah, that's fine. Then number 3 will be the Mille jacket, and it is a pattern by, I hope I'm pronouncing this right, witredesign. And it is a jacket with a deep v-neck, and it is worked in stockinette stitch all the way. There are no buttons, but they use snap fasteners, which I don't know if they are easy to put on knits, but they have a good explanation on how to do it in the pattern, it said, so that should work out just fine. One of the better things of this pattern is that it has pockets. I love pockets on knits, so that was a really nice thing to see on this one. The pockets are worked separately, so you don't have to work them into the pattern, but they worked separately and then sewn on to the jacket afterwards. So that's a little bit easier. This one has a little bit bigger needle size. It is worked on 5.5 millimeter needles, and it is worked bottom up. So you will start at the bottom, which is not my preferred method, but it looks so cool that I'm willing to try it. Then number 4 is the first sweater from Hive Knits. And it is a raglan sweater, which is always cool because then you don't have to pick up stitches, which is great because I don't particularly like picking up stitches, and this saves me a lot of that trouble. It is designed to be relatively oversized with a boxy fit, which is cool because then you can just snuggle up in it. And it has a nice little detail on the sleeves with the half fisherman rib. Which looks really nice and really cool. The pattern did say that it was an intermediate pattern and that you needed to know how to knit in the rounds. increasing and decreasing and German short rows. So if you've done these before, the pattern should be fine to do. It is worked on 3 and 4 millimeter needles, so also a very slow project, but yeah, it looks so cool, and it is a basic with a cool twist, I feel like, so definitely worth it. Then number 5 will be the Flow Vest from Spektakelstrik. And it is a very fun one. The color that they use is very cool. So if I'm gonna make it, I will also make it in a very bold color. They made it in like a hot pink. And it is a vest inspired by the 80s. They say in the description that the pattern consists of knit and purl stitches that feel light on the body. I don't know what that's supposed to mean, but it sounds good. And yeah, I feel like it's a cool vest to spice it up a little bit in the wardrobe. So yeah, it's definitely on my list. For this pattern, I could not find if it is worked bottom up or top down, so I'm not sure about that, but I'll have to do some more research to find out if maybe I can find it somewhere. And also the recommended needle size for this is 4 and 5 millimeter needles. Then number 6 is the Snowfield sweater by Coco Amour knitwear. And the most beautiful thing about this is the kohl, I feel like. It has this big oversized kohl which just looks so comfortable. And I feel like this would be a very nice cool sweater which would pair with a lot of things, but has that little bit of a cool extra thing. And I feel like you would look very stylish with this with minimal effort. This one is worked top down, and it is quite a chunky knit compared to the other ones, because the recommended needle size is 7 and 8 millimeter needles. So this would work up a little bit faster than the previous ones. Also it has a split on the side which looks really cool, and that I really like in sweaters. So yeah, overall it's a very nice one. Then number 7 will be the Rose of Lavender sweater by knitsfordays. And this sweater is an oversized sweater with a ribbed pattern, and the pattern looks like it is just Rose of Lavender on your sweater, which looks really cool and really nice. I feel like this is also a cool way to have like a little bit of a staple piece, but also you have like a little bit of, like a cool structured pattern on it, which makes it a little bit more special. The sweater is worked top down, and the recommended needle size is 4.5 and 5.5 millimeter needles. So yeah, definitely also a very cool one to make this winter. Then number 8 is the Checkmate sweater by, I'm a little bit afraid to pronounce it, so I'll just put it down here because I have no idea how to pronounce this name. It is a Danish name. But it is a very cool sweater. It is a checkered pattern, but every square has like a whole long stitch, and it is all woven in, so it looks very cool, as you can see on the picture shown. I feel like it is such a cool pattern, and I'm really excited to see how they did the long stitches over these squares. Because it just looks so cool and unique, and I've never seen something like this before on a pattern. So when I saw it, I was very excited to put it on my list and try to make it this winter. One of the downsides though from this sweater is that it is worked bottom up, which is not my favorite, as I said before, but it looks so interesting, so I would like to try it out anyways. The checkered pattern actually is worked with stripes, so it is not checkers. The illusion of checkers are made with the long stitches, and it creates just a really nice graphic and retro look, which is very nice. And This one is worked with a recommended needle size of 5 and 6 millimeter needles. Then the last two patterns will be winter accessories, and the first one is number 9, and it is the penny gloves from petiteknit. I feel like they deserve a place on this list because they are very cute, and I love the look of fingerless gloves because you can use your fingers still and your hands won't get cold, so it's the best of both worlds. They are one size, and also they are worked on 3 millimeter needles, but they are very small projects, so I feel like these ones would be done within a few days. Then the last one, number 10, is a hat, and it is the Tryon Creek hat by Hopkins, and it has a very cute cabled pattern with a fold over brim. It is a unisex pattern, so you can make it for men and women, and I also feel like it's a great gift to give to someone, and it is worked on 3.5 and 4 millimeter needles, and yeah, it just looks so cool and so classy, and I love the look of cables on knits, so that's great to have on this one as well. So yeah, that's actually it. Those are 10 of the patterns that I would like to make this winter. Of course, I won't be able to make them all because there's no time to make all of them. But I will try to make some of them. And yeah, I hope you like the patterns as well, and hopefully feel inspired to also try one or more of them out. So yeah, that will be it for this week. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you will enjoy the rest of your day as well. If you liked the video, please give it a like, of course. If you want to keep updated with me, please subscribe to the channel. And yeah, I will see you next week.